Hi, good evening, guys. Just 1 second. I'm just sharing my links. So I'm ready in 1 second. Good. So, hi, everyone. Good evening. Hi, Kiran. Hi, Abhinav. Hi, Vivek. Hi, Shrikant. Good evening, guys. So, today was a day with full of volatility in the market. So, we'll talk about that. Let me just say hi to Nippy, Prakash, Mr. Kulati. Good evening. I hope you all had decent time today. The market was a little tough in the morning, but it did exactly same what we expected, a fake breakdown, and then still hovering between the 12 and 34. I think tomorrow also will be in between 12 and 34 EMA, and Thursday, when we have the CPI, we should break out. Hi, Bhaskar. Hi, Sandeep. Hi, Nilesh. Hi, Nitin. Good evening. So today, we did what we did. We did Boeing, which was good. We did like twice Boeing, and Tesla was carrying from yesterday. That also worked fine. And Snow. And in the end, we carried SMCI because SMCI, we expected that to be a potential evening star, and it did came out as an evening star. All right, so let me just start the scan and see what we have. So I'm starting with the bullish candles on the daily time frame. So bullish candle patterns are Bank of America, triple Q. Let me see what's the pattern here. Let me go to the chart, BAC. It's a hammer, triple Q. It's a hammer. So bullish candlestick patterns on Bank of America and triple Q. It's a bullish hammer. Bullish hammer. Come on. Then Octa, I don't trade Octa pretty much, but it's there. Let's look at the bearish candle patterns. It's only Bitcoin, so nothing much. Let's look at the inside day. Again, I'll just leave it to 50. Now, Apple, Google, Tesla, PayPal. Wow. So Apple has inside day. Inside day. Apple, Google, not Google, Google, Tesla, PayPal. Inside day. ENPH, AI, FSR. I'll ignore them. Then I'll do 1234 on daily. Let's see if anybody crosses. No. Let's see if anything crossed 34 by 12. Okay, so Apple did. Apple has a negative crossover. 34 crossed 12. All right, so let's look at what were our areas. So in the morning we sold below 45.20, and then we made until like 44.80 and then bounced. So it was good. I did not track NQ. Sorry for that. Apple came into this range multiple times, 179, sold on to 177.30 and then came back. AMD was a perfect sell, went on to make 11, 11.30 and then bounced. Amazon dip buying didn't work, but the stop loss was hit. BA, I tried at 237. So it worked for me. Baba failed. CRM failed, but CRM, as the moment it lost to 1490, it just went down. Google kind of stayed in the range. Meta never came into this range. Microsoft like worked in this. Netflix was not enough in the range, but Nvidia did the job, made 444. Palantir never came into this range, never. Roblox, I went along. Roku never came into this range. SMCI, we hit 289 in the after hours, to the point. Tesla, like it stayed in the range, like it never crossed 253, and it stayed in this range of 251 and then hit 247. So all in all, it's a very tight range day. I really want to get rid of what you call SMCI and want to reduce snow. SMCI has done the job, so I'll just add snow at this time because I tried long on snow. And if you have any questions, do let me know in between. Hi, Mr. Lal. Hi, Jeremy. Hi, Ram. Hi, Adi. Good evening. So let me just start from ES. So ES, I'll just change the candles to the normal candles as we're talking about level. Hi, Tarish. Good evening. So again, it's a hammer. If you want to ignore the wick, it's roughly an inside day. Okay. We did not make a higher high, but we definitely made a lower low on ES. But if you look at the timings, I think after initial drill down, it kind of managed to hold 4480 to 85 and then bounced from there. So roughly like 4500, which is the 34 EMA, came in handy. You see what's happening. The green line, this line is coming down. The red line is getting up. It's getting tighter. So how many days we have? This was the first day when we came into this 12 and 34. So 1, then we remain inside 2, then the third one we tried on the upside, failed, 3, fourth one we remained inside, fifth we tried to break down, did not. So for the last 6 days we are in a range. So 5 days, sorry. So 5 days we are in a range, and when we are in a range, 5-6 days, expect a massive move coming your way. That move will be at least 2% intraday. So just keep an eye. CPI will be a trigger to that move. All right. Tomorrow, I still expect will not, again, on the closing basis, we will not breach 4542, which is 12 EMA and 4500. We'll squeeze in between this 1% throughout the day, and probably in the morning of Thursday, once we have clarity about the CPI, and we'll talk about the CPI tomorrow. I'll do a call in the afternoon once I have my analysis done on CPI, so that we can position ourselves. But as of now, I think we are going to be in a very tight range for tomorrow. Not expecting a really big move either side, but it should be like, again, stock specific moves. So let's not get too heavy on the index. When I will see, like you will clearly know around 4540 to around 4547, it's a time to buy puts. When it is around 4500, it's time to buy the calls. Right. So it's a choice you need to make. Right now we are exactly in between 4500 to 4542. Right. These two numbers, 12 and 34, and right there, 4520 area. Kiran Kumar, there are many earnings tomorrow. I don't care about earnings. what I'm doing right now is analysis. So please do not divert my attention onto unnecessary things. All right. So ES again, I'll just simply write buy dip if you get 24500, 5 to 10. If you get stop loss, I'm keeping 4500. Target is 4542, which is the 12 EMA. In case we breach it, 4560 is the next one. Again, it's a inside day, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. It's a double inside day. Back tested 34 EMA one more time. Yep. If you want to sell, either sell below 45, like I just said, either sell below 4500 or sell near 4542. Stop loss will be for 4500 is 4505. For 4542 it's 4547. Targets are 4480, 4460. It's like 60%, 50-50%. Double inside day, same thing. NQ. Let's also look at the book map just to make sure that yes, everything is fine on ES. Like, I don't know, for last couple of days, this book map is taking its time to load. And I do restart my book map or my Thinkorswim every day. So we have support around 4510. And then I don't see anything on the top 4540. So roughly in the same range. In between 4525, 4530 are good resistance zone. So you see these big balls. These big balls are trying to break with volume, but not able to. So let's see if we hold here or we come down. All right. So did they come in line exactly with the expectations? Now let's talk about NQ. Same thing, NQ is holding that area of 34 EMA to precise, like this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th time we are holding this area. Today it came right to the regression channel bottom, tested it and bounced. This is a hammer plus a bearish engulfing candle. Now the only problem is that this bearish engulfing candle did not start like this. It started like, if you look at NDX I think will give you a clearer picture of this than NQ. Right. So if you look at NDX, this is giving you a bottoming pattern, not NQ, because NQ started. So here it started and made a doji. So just wanted to share that with you. We are holding this base. 15,300, 18 is a really excellent support, which has been provided. Again, same thing, we are holding between 12 and 34, absolutely similar to what we saw in NQ in ES. So our stop loss, you see the power of 38.2 Fibonacci level. it is giving excellent support. Now, if we lose this support on the closing basis, things will be bad. Last time we broke above, we went on to make 161%. This time we are struggling, we are basing, and we are not going down. So we have accepted that this is a good support. If we get rejections from here on the closing basis, just keep in mind 318. If you lose this area, that's it. Things will get really bad from here on NQ. If we hold it, we should bounce towards 15,600. So the stop loss on the downside is 15,318. If we lose this, then it's bad. That's the stop loss. And where we should sell below 275. 15,275 only. It will be triple inside day. It's in not an inside day. But again, it depends how you want to read it. I'm just now if you want to try long, go long above 15,360, which is 34 EMA. Stop loss same 15,318. Once you cross that 462, 15,462, I'm just adding 15,511. That's a 12 EMA, and these are the levels. Now I'm going to give it 60-40 today because it's basing and a hammer. So I'm just giving it a bullish view. In fact, I want to give a bullish view here as well. Because as of now, we are not breaking. We had multiple chances to break down. We did not. So if we are not breaking down, then potentially we should go higher from here. Triple Q. Triple Q is a hammer, 100% hammer. Again, managed to hold on to 34 EMA. So it's good. Hammer provides good support. So it's a hammer, which I mentioned right here. I'll just convert this into green so it doesn't look odd. Now my stop loss is 12 EMA. 12 EMA is 34 EMA, which is right here. 371.22. So if you have lines or if you have EMAs, you don't have them on the right side, you can always check them on the top around this ribbon. So 37.25 is my stop loss for long and for the shorts as well. 37.25. 371.25, not 30. So positive, it's a hammer. Where should I buy? I should buy above today's close. So 372.75. Targets are 373.90. Again, I'm just giving you more areas because there might be some short covering before the event tomorrow on Triple Q because there's going to be some China stimulus news coming soon, and that will push the markets higher. So I'm giving two targets on NQ and Triple Q. On the short side, we should sell. Today, it almost filled the gap. The high was 368.63 and the today low was 368.82. So it managed to hold on to that gap. which is good. DMI is still positive. It's like not really bad. It's still hovering around 21, which is fine. If we can break higher, absolutely gorgeous. If we start to lose, I would start trading into this gap one more time. So below 370, I would sell. So below 370, where can I find support? I will find support right now at this area, 367.60. And then in this area, what's the low here? 364.50. I'm not extraordinarily bearish at this time, but this is what I see. It's positive 60.40. Now, Apple. Apple made a doji at the bottom, bouncing off 38.2, which is actually really positive because it did not make a new low. It's a doji, it's an inside day, and it's a doji from the top. So in case Apple tries tomorrow above 180.35, I will consider this. Because we are well away from the 34 EMA and the 12 EMA. I need to back test it. And if we are bouncing from 38, we should hit at least 61.8 by principle. So for now, I'm reducing it to neutral. And I am going to cancel this, convert this into a buy. Where would I buy? I buy above 180.35. The reasons. It's an inside day, which will not be important. Dodgy support from 38.2 Feb and did not make new low when market made new low. This is about Apple. Now, what should be the stop loss? Stop loss should be always dodgy base, body's base. So dodgy's open and close is 179.80. So I'll give 179.50 a very small stop loss, and that's why it's neutral. If we hold this area, it's okay. If we lose, then shorting is possible. 183.39, 187.70. AMD came exactly to the point of 111.30 today and then bounced right from there. So I've mentioned multiple times, if it comes around 111, just a blind buy. It's a buy in AMD, which has been supported multiple times. Now, what's happening? If you look at this from a longer term perspective, what's happening? It's making a very clean bull flag. If you start from a May, and let me just show you from a different perspective, Heiken-Ishii. You will see this. There's a continuation. Its tops are shrimming, but the bottom is holding. So we are almost there where we can actually, if I clean this up and start to use, let's say, lines, where is my drawing? A line. So if I start from the top and connect here, start from the bottom, You see, it's actually making a very nice bull flag. This is a beautiful bull flag. So, here are drawings. Let me just delete them. Delete. And let me also check if there's any flow on AMD. AMD. There's 135 calls which were sold, 114 puts. 114 puts are like sold. They're being sold throughout the day. How can I say this? 246 and then closing at 212. The IV is going down. The price is still the same, 113.40. So throughout the day, we'll see what's happening. 22,900, and this is the put volume. Now again, I'll just spend 2 minutes here. Look at the price. This is the price of the option. This was $8 on July. Then went on to reduce. It got reduced here. Today, like yesterday and today, it bounced. Extremely high open interest. I would like to see that what happens to this open interest, because we already have 10,000 here and we have a volume of 22,000 today. Now, if this orange line comes into here, it means that the puts were kind of closed here. So it will be interesting tomorrow whether this is an addition or this is a continuation on AMD. But for me, AMD is doing good, and there are dark pools around 112, 113 area. Not significant, but it's fine. So AMD, I'll take a chance here on AMD, and I will take 111 as my stop loss, 111.30 as my stop loss. Let's convert this into green. I really want 113, or I would say 113, 114, buy above 114. Stop loss is a bigger stop loss, but that's what it is. And terms of candle, there is 115.49, 115.46, 3 cents gap that needs to be filled. So 115.50 first target, 115.50, and then 118.60. If it closes above 118.60, just carry long on AMD. And in between, Baba is keeping me happy. Baba is almost $2 up on Hong Kong Stock Exchange. So it's a bull flag. BA has been trying a lot. It's an inverted hammer, but it's the first time we have a close above this regression channel in a long time. So again, I really wanted to cross 239 on the closing basis. If it does, I'll be more than happy to trade. So the levels are right, exactly the same. There's no change in the PA levels. Then let's move on to Baba. So Baba closed at 94.20. And what exactly it found the support? 34 EMA. Found the support. Tomorrow, if it opens up 95, which should find really good area. Now, stop loss is 93.15. Stop loss is 93.15. Buy above 95. My targets are still the same. I am still thinking that the dark pool will come into the picture. Yesterday, dark pool came and then we had a massive sell-off. So now if we can overcome that 96.50 area, we should be really, really good on Baba. So 94, 97, everything will fall in place for Baba. Then I have CRM. So CRM finally broke down below 214.90 area. Now this is the same area, 211, where it was consolidating a long, long time. We should not fail here. Okay, the gap after the price increase has been addressed now. Now there's a small gap which is there. So this 211 should provide extremely good support. Now, if we lose this 211 because it's a 23.6 Fibonacci, then we should hit all the way 204. But I think I'll take a chance because this was really extremely good support in the past. It should provide support one more time. So CRM is neutral by near 211. I would say 211, 212. Support I would give to 11 to 1490 and 218. Not an inside day. And sell below 211 for 204. 211 has provided good resistance in the past. Should provide good support. Should provide support. Google is an inside day. It's an inside day. I would say it's a bull flag for me as well. I just wanted to cross 135.50 and then go higher. Everything else is fine for Google. The numbers are perfect. Again, it was one of the first ones to get green, so I'm positive on Google. Meta, again holding the 12 EMA line. Now this 12 EMA line has been tested a lot, and the same thing we saw in NQ and ES. Now the only problem here is if we lose 311, 299 should come on Meta. Now Meta has been a really stock which has seen extreme strength, but if market has to go down, I will be the first one to short Meta. I'll be selling Meta on the rise. If it comes to 215, that's my stop loss. So sell, I would say on rise, 313, 314. Target is 37 and 299. Meta is one stock where I'm actually short. If you want to buy only above 317. Microsoft. So Microsoft is like sell and rise for me. Again, it broke down, like it was holding this 326 area for a long time. Now today it broke down. It broke down 326, but managed to close in the same 326 area one more time. So if, again, it's a dodgy from 366 to 326, it's a dodgy. If we can clear 328, I think Microsoft should become neutral. And like, again, if you want to sell this around 338, that's totally fine. But right now it's 327 area. So I want to take a risk here. I want to try a long on Microsoft. Instead, I want to buy above 328. And my targets are 333, 333, 335, 338, 30. That's my Microsoft trade. I can sell this 326 for, I think 316 was the target. This area. Yeah, 316. Netflix, I'm positive. Netflix has been holding this area of 435. So anytime it's a dip to 435, like near 436 to 439, just buy this. There's no change in the levels because like it's in the same range. It one time went on to make 443, but again closed around this, did a back test, and now it's in that particular range. So I'm happy with Netflix performance. It's holding. It's holding even the market is giving. Nvidia. Nvidia is again in a very tight range. It lost that area, but if I have to trade, I will trade only above 451. Again, it's a dodgy, not a clean dodgy, but a candle with a small body and bigger wicks. So if you want to try a long above 452, that will give you much more confidence by above 452. Stop loss, I'll give it 450, 456. 467. It's the island is gone. The gap is filled. Gap filled. Now it should, like if you want to short below 440. Not here. Between 444.5 to 450, there's no trade. It will remain choppy. 436, 428. Tight zone on Nvidia. Palantir, I don't know whether I should do Palantir or not. It's a hammer. Almost gave back, but managed to close about 34 EMA. Now I wanted to cross 1750. So neutral. The stop loss should be right here, which is 17, and the levels are right there. Palantir can actually move. Like there's nothing much in the levels, because yesterday I wanted it to cross 50%. Today I wanted to cross 38.2 Fibonacci. It failed from 61. It almost reached 23. Now it's bouncing above 38. If it does, I'm more than happy to jump along. If you don't want to do Palantir, you can do coin. Coin I can add. Coin is looking really better now. It's trying to hold. 8850 is a 61.8 Fibonacci. If it does, 91 and 98, they are the levels for coin. So if you want, I can add coin instead of Palantir. PayPal. I think PayPal has come to a point where it should, like, it's a roughly a double inside day, 1, 2, 3, ignoring the wicks. So 62.75 area, which is the close here, is an extremely good stop loss. It's a double inside day. 62.75. I would say if you want to take a long call on PayPal, you should. I think it's getting ready. If you want to buy near 63, 64. You should be getting these levels PayPal. I would recommend go for September, October calls. You should find really good trade on PayPal. Roblox. So Roblox, I went long because it's a doji and then it's a candle. But if you look at my patterns from Heikinishi, it's a doji right at the bottom. So when I'm looking at the trend, doji at the bottom, I think it's going to reverse tomorrow. So I'm happy to say that I'm long. The levels are right around this 40. I would say 44.75. If we can somehow manage to close 44.75, extremely bullish. So let me just check if we have Roblox calls or puts. So there's Roblox 37.17. The dark pool came in during the day hours. And since then, you see there's a bounce on dark. Like if I expand this, and let's go to that 11 o'clock dark pool time. This is the dark pool. And again, I'm just sharing you how I interpret dark pools. Roblox is non-profitable. I just do trades on technical reasons, nothing else. So it came around 11, right? 11, it was trading around somewhere here, 37.17. It fell down, but then it recaptured, and throughout the day, it held on to that 37.17 level. So this is a perfect addition as per as my understanding for Roblox. Now, in terms of options, I see the spread between 41 and 44. The spreads 38, and these are direct sweeps, 38 calls. Like these are the calls which were added for the strike 40, A all the way A, and the IV was going up. And you see right here, 1.6, 1.62, 1.625, 1.65, and there was only like 1 cent difference, but the premium was getting higher. So when you interpret them, you will clearly see that this is an addition. And you will see 40, there's a corresponding leg for 44, which was 45, which was sold. 45, 45, 45, 45, 45. So these like 40, 45 was a good setup. That's another reason for going long. But years are years. Anything is possible on years. Roku came and did a back test of 34 EMA and made a perfect doji. Perfect doji, gravestone doji. It's time to reverse. So tomorrow, if we can open above today's high, 87.20, go for it. By above 87.20. Stop loss should be the 86. Now targets 91, 98. Back tested 12 EMA. Gravestone doji. Then I have snow. Snow, same thing, massive body. And I also posted about these puts being sold. And these are not like small puts. These are almost 2 million, 1.5 million, half a million, 750,000, 400, 2 million. So it's a massive put which was sold for 150 strike, which shows that yes, somebody has some serious positive thoughts about what you call snow. In the past, it has found the support at 142, which I have discussed multiple times. But if you convert this into weekly, and let's see what's coming out from weekly. Nothing is clear. If I convert this into Aikinishi, it's a massive red, so nothing is clear there. But there's a gap, and it got busted because of D-Dog. But Snowflake has found support here in the past. Right here, this should be the resistance minus 158. So tomorrow, if I have to take a trade, I will take a positive trade on Snow. Buy above 158. That's my trade. 156 is my stop loss. 162. If it crosses 162, you will see 168, a back test of 12 EMA. So if I have to pick some stock, like Roblox is my blue, I'm going to mark this in blue. I'm also going to mark Snow into blue. I think these two can actually work out really well. If Roblox crosses 44.75, just go long in Roblox. Don't even think about it. Just go long. Last one is Tesla. Tesla had a hammer yesterday, and today it's an inside day. So it's trying to hold into that region, but I'll say let's go above 251. What are all inside days? Google is inside day. Let me just. Paper is double inside day. Yeah. Tesla is inside day. Inside day up. Inside day down. Now Tesla, I want to buy above 251.25. Stop loss is 250. If I have to sell, I will sell below 247 this time. 247.50. Stop loss is 250. Target is 2. If we lose Tesla this time, I think 242.70. 5. And then the 236.75. It will come and fill the gap. Otherwise, we should see these levels on Tesla. I'm really bullish on Snow, Roblox. And if I had to short one thing is Meta. Microsoft only if it comes around 326 or 338 area. So guys, anybody wants to talk, anybody wants to have a discussion, you can join. I'm going to share the Zoom link. I'll wait for a couple of minutes if anybody wants to join. I'm more than happy to take your questions, but you need to join. If not, then thank you very much for joining. I'll be sharing this. Come on. So here is the link. If you want to join, you can join. I'll wait for you.
Hello, Navalpaji.
Here, 1 second. Go ahead.
Yes, Navalpaji, good evening. First of all, thank you from all of us for doing this regularly.
No problems.
Second thing is on NVIDIA, I think there is a typo, the target 2. Target 2.
28, sorry. Thank you.
No problem. And Bhaiji, I wanted to ask you, can you please look at the flow for NVIDIA if you see something?
NVIDIA flow was very undecisive during the day because it had a news and then there was a flow for 600s.
News means that SIG graph keynote that Jensen.
Yes.
Okay.
You see, there's a massive call buying at 435. So this we need to check whether it got added or it got removed tomorrow morning. Because
what expiry?
8/18/435.
Okay. So in the money calls.
In the money calls, and the volume is like fine, 3,400. So I really don't know until in the morning I check this, because I was not tracking this, but if you see, these calls were sold. But today we have equal amount of volume, whether these were closed, because if they were sold, then this is a perfect close. It means somebody is really, really bullish. So,
so these were sold calls and they closed it. Okay.
I think so. But again, because the open interest will confirm. If open interest turns to almost 2 digits, it means that yes, somebody has closed them.
Okay, I'll make a note of this and remind you in the morning, because Nilesh Bhai and others, we are all confused about the flow. So you are the expert to guide us.
See, one more thing, if you look at these puts, 432 puts, they started to come, but they were getting sold throughout the day. Like at 444, it was 3. At 446, it is 2. Even at 444. So throughout the day, the 432.5 puts were sold for this week. It means somebody is bullish again. But here I'm a little positive because the IV also went down, the price also went down. So it gives you a clarity that yes, these puts were sold. The puts were getting sold. The volume is massive. So if they were added in the past, this should be closed by tomorrow. So we should see the open interest getting higher. And see, open interest, you need to understand, they may be called buying in the past, which was open. Now, if these, the put buying, if these puts were sold, because yesterday, you see 1,000 puts were added here. And the price went up. So these were added. Now, if these were closed, so at least 3,400 will come down from here. Plus, if these were additionally sold, we should see at least, I would say, 10 to 12,000 into open interest. If we do that, if we see that,
shouldn't it be 23? Because
no.
Sorry.
That's what I'm saying, that these are the calls bought. Because here the price went up of these puts. It was coming down, the price went up. So when this was added, they may nullify each other. If it becomes 22,000, it means that all those calls were simply additions. There were no cancellations. That will be much more confident that yes, these puts were sold.
Okay.
So I really don't know whether these puts were originally sold or not, because the price is not significantly changing. You see, at 570, their open interest was closed. 730 open interest was reduced. Somebody was booking these puts. So it means they were added. Like at the low price 280, they were added. 250, they were added. And they got out at 730, 570.
Right.
So I think these were added in the past puts. Today, they must get closed. So I expect this should get closed. So we should have 3,400 into from here, from volume into open interest, nullify each other, and then roughly 14,000 left. So I expect at least 10,000 coming as here, and that will show the price going down, and 10,000 open interest, meaning 10,000 were sold. That will confirm my thesis. Because this gives you history of the option price. I was watching NVIDIA. I don't think so anything else was so much there. Let's see if we have anything above million. Uh, 430, 35 calls. This is a spread. Somebody's just like, he just want to take like one, probably 70 cents on this, making about 75,000.
So they are buying the spread 430, 435?
Yes. You can see right above here as well. 430, 435. 900 spreads they bought for 1 point. So 1900 they bought. And it's almost at the same time, 445-ish area. So it's more likely a bullish trade.
And Bhai, does this also mean that their guess is that Nvidia will close above 435 on Friday.
Yes.
Okay.
And then we have this put, which is 2.27 million, which came, I think this is the only put. Now, again, the problem is the volume is really high against open interest. So we need to figure out what will happen to this put. Whether it was closed throughout the day, I don't know. This opened. So if let's check this one. Let me just filter this and remove the 1 million check. Yes. So in the morning, the put came in. Where is the 2 million one? At 11. So it started at 445. Somebody at 950. Somebody bought the puts at 10, 400 lot. Then they sold 60, 200, then added, then sold. So I really don't know whether this was like somebody was selling and then closed it right here. I don't know about that, because this is a summation of 2404. So if I add all the B's, 336, 450, that makes roughly 800, 800 and 450. No, I counted that. 800 and 1600. Maybe it's 800 somewhere else. So 2400 were closed. I don't know. I think these three were closed because the dollar amount, like from 10, somewhere here, this person sold it. Like if you want to check, you can actually open. I have time. Let me do one thing. Let me go to NVIDIA. And let's do some big dive in this. Let's go and open the chart. Okay. Let's come. Now I'll break this down into 5-minute chart. Now let's go here. These puts were added from 951. So 951 is 945, 950. So right here, these puts were added or sold, whatever you want to call them. And then the price remained in that zone for throughout the day. And then we had the massive volume here of 2900, which came in. It moved higher, but there was no volume here. You see, it was consolidating. No price move, but there was a massive volume. It moved up. And at that time, NVIDIA fell down. So this put moved from 950 all the way to 13, but nothing happened in terms of volume.
No volume, right?
So I think a little unclear about what's happening here. But again, let's check for some more details. There was not enough volume throughout the day. So these were puts which were there, and then these puts were closed somewhere around 11:15. Let's look at the timestamp. Yep, the puts were closed around 11:15, like 11 to 11:15 timestamp. So it's pretty unclear. You see this massive volume of 2400, which came on 11:17 in that 11:15. So they were puts which were sold and then it was closed. And from 11:17, right here, they were closed. So somebody sold them here at 10. hooked them here at 925, 945 range. He knew something is about to happen. That's why he closed with the volume. Okay, this was a bullish trade initially, but he knew something is about to happen and there could be a massive downside. He exited. The put went up, but there was no follow through volume at all. So everything closed right around this area. So I think we need to be careful in tomorrow for Nvidia. It's very unclear whether, like, the open interest will tell tomorrow. It's very, very tight for me to make a call.
Okay. Thank you. I will remind you about those 3 strikes that you had mentioned in the morning.
Thank you. All right. Anyone else has anything?
Hi, Naval.
Yes, Nilesh.
Hi. Do you have anything on NVO?
Yeah, you need to speak louder. I am not able to hear you properly.
Anything on NVO?
Anything else?
NVO ticker Nova Nordic.
I do not trade these.
Both Lilly and NV had a big candles today.
Yeah, I don't trade these stocks.
Okay, all right.
I only trade index stocks. I don't trade these stocks. If a stock can move like this, it can come down like same. So I only trade big stocks. Anyone else?
I don't know how much time you have, but I got a couple of things, ENPH and UNH, if you have time.
Sure, ENPH. ENPH is, like, for me, it's breaking down really badly. I think it's a big M pattern which is setting up, and it can really, really go down from here. Any bounce you see on ENPH, I would like to sell this. What's your take on it?
I think it broke multi-month support when it broke below 180, and then 160 followed, and now
Yes.
it just now it's hanging by a thread.
It's hanging. I would not say even hanging. It
Not
broke down really badly.
It's suspended.
Yes, it's just that I want to see their gaps. If you see their gaps right here, there's a gap right here, which is around 100. Those gap needs to be filled.
Okay, that's one. The other one is UNH.
UNH, I'm positive.
I feel like tomorrow there might be another move, because it goes in a swing low, and then swing high, and then a swing lower, and then a swing higher. That's how it's been. It's good, like in that consolidation range.
See, I would say that till the moment it's holding 500, every time it comes to 500, just buy it.
Exactly. Yep.
I'll not sell it at all. If it comes to 500, I will always buy this. Now, my only thing is there's a gap right here on UNH around 485, 490. Somehow, if this comes around this zone and we keep this gap open, that will be a tremendous
No.
trade.
Yeah, you can have all of it. Yeah.
So let me just clear this. So if we can come into this table around here,
It will make new lows.
yeah, I will say 485-ish area, and keep this gap open. It will become an island, and it will just fly from here.
Oh, okay. So you think this is a buy zone if it actually hold it?
Yes, if it does, it will be extremely good. And the risk reward is really great, because then the buy zone stop loss will be around 482. So for a $3, you have a potential of $30.
Did you look at the flow on it? I believe there is 490 and 480 for August.
Let me just check on UNH. UNH. UNH 488. I don't see 480 today. No, there's only 470 put. That's for October.
It's
480, 485 put. These are sold
I think they were opened on August 1st.
August 1st. Do you know the strikes?
I believe either 480 or 490. I'm not 100% sure. And
Like
they
this is August 1st. This is 485. But this is for last week expiry. So 480.
I think the expiration is August 18 too, like something like that. Like it's mid-August. It's not end of August too.
Now I'm just checking because here it's like 485, which is the previous week, so it doesn't matter. 510, 510, 510, 510, 510, 5, 440, 440, 444, 500, 490. 490 calls for September were sold. Let's see what's happening here. So this on August 3rd, there's addition of 1,000 calls. Somebody actually sold September calls for this strike 490, and that too for a reasonable dollar amount, about 2.7 million. So I think they wanted to go down below 490.
So that somebody actually is that is these are sold. These are not bought.
Yes, they are sold, 100% sold.
Ah, that's probably why it's sitting like the way it's sitting now.
Yes, you see, I think it's August 3rd. This was the open interest, and it got translated here, and the price is like hovering around in the same zone, is not able to breach higher. And the price like went to 29, but there was no open interest. Even today, there's no open interest addition. So somebody's really steady and want $22 on this call. So expect it to come around 485. That gap will be there.
All right. I mean, it's the biggest stock in XLV, so XLV has been super bullish lately, and it has a flag going on.
1 second, Nilesh, you want to say something? Go ahead.
Hi, Navaldeep. Thanks for the session today. I just wanted to get your opinion on PLT. It looks like it's hitting that same level as last year, October. And
I'll come to that. I thought you wanted to speak on UNH.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. No.
Okay. So I think I'll come to that TLT. But right here, I think it's a sell. For sure, it's a sell. Unless something changes into 2568, it's a sell. So every time it goes to, and I think there's a 61 million dark pool. Tomorrow, I think it should go down. If my estimate is right, unit should go down tomorrow. Keep an eye on it.
485.
Sorry, I was going to say, I'll give you
Not
my opinion on
48.5,
UNH.
but it start to go down from here.
It goes down below 500, buy up at 480.
Yes,
You'll make money, promise you.
100%.
But wait for that 500. That's kind of my trigger right now.
No, I think that will happen tomorrow because it's a dark pool plus there's a massive call writing on 490.
And if you look at Humana is also doing it's flagging as bearish. So you should see UNH and Humana go down tomorrow, or sometime this week for sure.
What about CVS then?
I don't trade CVS. I have no idea. I trade only stocks which move. CVS for me is a dead stock.
It moved lately.
It doesn't. All right, let me move to TLT. TLT bounced. It might do a back test, and it's in a very same zone, like 91, 94-ish area. Like if you clearly see it's a bear flag.
Yeah.
It's 100% bear flag. Started to break down. It's bouncing right there. Let's see. Let's give it Thursday. Until then, I think it will be very unclear on TLT. Yield should spike. This should break down. So Taj, I already covered coin. 88.50 needs to cross. As I mentioned yesterday, today it tried, so it should be fine tomorrow.
Naval Paji, if TLT breaks down, that's good for stocks or bad for stocks?
Bad.
Oh no, it's really bad.
Okay, so they are both directly correlated, TLT and stocks.
Yeah, 10x is the one who's the other way around.
No. Let's first talk about, let's Naval Bhai answer. Naval Bhai, for this is directly correlated with stocks, right?
This is not directly correlated with stocks. It's just that TLT is the price of the bond.
So,
Right.
so
Generally,
I'll
it has
give you-
a positive correlation with stock prices or negative correlation?
See, it's coming down and the stock prices were going up. So there's no correlation. But when it goes down, it breaks down here, then yields will spike. Higher yields are not good for stocks.
So no, one thing you could do is, and this is what I look at, is PLT and SPX like next to each other, and then you could see exactly what's going on.
Okay. Thank you.
That will kind of help you. And then kind of like for TLT, you look at like support, right? And if it breaks, like Neville, I don't know what your support level is. Like mine is 94.54. If it breaks 94.54, I think we're in trouble. But
I'll wait till 92.
92, okay. Because it did go back in the gap fill, right? Because there was a gap fill in, I think, October, November timeframe.
Yes, but it created multiple gaps while coming down.
Okay.
A gap, like this gap is actually filled.
Yeah, last year's October gap, it looks like, or November gap, it did fill.
It did
last
fill the
couple of
gap,
days.
but I want this gap to be filled. So if it comes to 98, maybe tomorrow it will.
Okay.
And then we'll see from there.
Okay. But 92 is your support, you're saying? 92, 93?
92, yes.
92. Okay.
Do you watch TNX too, Annabelle, or no?
No.
No? Okay.
No.
Well, like TNX, it also, like if it goes up, the market usually gets shaken down. Like
See, I usually check on that bond yields. That's it. So that gives me a very clear idea what's happening.
gotcha.
Guys, anyone else? Otherwise, I'm pretty much done. I just want to close.
Thanks for your time, Neville.
No problems.
Thanks for your time, Naval Bhai.
Good night, man.
Good night. Good night. Good night. Goodbye.